The thorny issue of immigration is never far from the surface of British politics. The Immigration Minister Damien Green said recently that people coming to live in the UK from outside the EU must, in his words, add to the quality of life in Britain. It comes as the government's Migration Advisory Committee appeared to cast doubt on the economic benefits of immigration, concluding that for every 100 migrants coming to the UK from outside the EU, there were 23 fewer jobs for British workers. But it's often an emotive debate in which the facts can be obscured by sensational headlines. So what are the economic realities underpinning immigration, and is the government's plan to cut net migration workable or even desirable? Is it even possible to have a reasoned debate about immigration policy in the UK? To discuss this, I'm joined in the studio in London by Dr. Carlos Vargas Silva. He's Senior Researcher at the Migration Observatory at the University of Oxford. Gawain Toler is Chief Spokesman for the UK Independence Party and a London Assembly candidate. And Kerry Dingle is Director of World Bites, an online citizen TV channel. Dr. Vargas Silva, let me come to you first. As I said in the introduction, there's quite a lot of emotion surrounding this debate, but if you could just provide us with a snapshot of what the immigration picture has been over, say, the last 10 years.
I think in order to understand what is happening now, you have to start by defining what is net migration, which is the target of the government. Basically, the government wants to decrease net migration, which is the difference between inflows of migrants to the UK and outflows of migrants to the UK from the current value or current level, which is 252,000, to less than 100,000. So they will have to cut net migration by more than half. Now, who counts as a migrant in this definition? In this definition, you have anyone that is entering the UK after living 1 year or more abroad. So basically, a British person that is coming back to UK after living 2 years in Canada, let's say, is going to be counted as an immigrant under this definition. Moreover, you also have included in here European citizens, which under the European Union Treaty have free access to the UK. So basically, this definition includes a lot of people for which the UK government doesn't have currently control. And in some sense also, if more British people were to leave the UK, then this will put the government closer to their target. Now, usually British people leave the UK, so there's negative net migration. So basically there's more people, British people leaving than coming to live in the UK. What is happening during the last few years is that less British people are leaving the country. As a result, net migration has been much higher than in the past. In fact, the value of 250,000 is the highest value on record for a calendar year. So it's a big challenge for the government because they will have to start with the highest value on record in order to decrease net migration.